Feather stitch is a really fun embroidery stitch, and today I'm going to share 5 tips that you can use when you're stitching with feather stitch. Welcome to Epida Studio. My name is Elizabeth and I help you make beautiful things with quilting, bojagi, and embroidery. So feather stitch is a really fun stitch. It can be used in a lot of different ways, but the one way I like to use it is to make lines, and we can see I use that as an inner border line in this embroidered pillow, and it doesn't give you a smooth straight line. It gives a line with a bit of texture and interest, so I really like to use it in that way. It also makes great vines and stems for flowers, so there's a lot of ways that you can use that, but today I'm going to share you 5 tips that will help you when you're stitching it. So basic feather stitch involves stitching along a line, and it has the main line in the middle and then little branches that go out to each side. So the way you stitch it is you bring your thread up at the end of the line, and then you take a little stitch at an angle from over at the side to in at the line. And that gives you this little V shape. So the trick is when you do this stitch, you want to make sure that your thread gets caught under the needle. So similar to chain stitch or a bunch of other stitches that we have done before. And you can just alternate sides. And this is basic feather stitch. And then when you get to the end of the row, then you just tack down that last stitch. And there you go. So that's what basic feather stitch looks like. There are a lot of variations of this, and you can see all those on my website. But what if you're having trouble getting your stitches looking like this? Well, I have a couple of tips that will help you. The first tip that sounds a little bit funny if you don't understand what I'm saying is instead of pulling your needle up, pull your needle forward. So if you're stitching this way, you will naturally do that. You're pulling your needle forward instead of pulling it straight up. If you pull your needle straight up, then this little loop, the loop that you're pulling that you want to end up being that V, it might not smooth out into the V like that. So pulling your needle forward or pulling it ahead on the line. So you're pulling your needle almost parallel to the fabric instead of pulling it straight up. So if you pull your needle straight up, this little loop won't lay as flat. It doesn't come to as sharp as a point. So you will end up having to pull your thread in that direction to get it to lay flat. So that is the first tip, is pull your needle kind of parallel to the fabric instead of perpendicular to your fabric. And that will especially be an issue if you do my next step, which is if you're having trouble doing this that I call the sewing method, you can do this with the stabbing method. So you take your needle all the way down to the back and then bring it up and catch that thread around it. So you are doing this in kind of like 2 stitches instead of 1. So take the needle all the way down and then bring it up before the thread goes all the way down, and then be sure to catch the thread around that needle. And so if you're doing that, you're going to naturally want to pull your needle straight up, but it'll be easier if you pull your needle ahead. So that's the second tip. Now the third tip is really going to be helpful if you want to have a straight line and then have all your branches be the same size. So for example, on this pillow, I did want to have straight lines and have all my branches be the same size. And that's just a personal choice. You don't have to have that. But if you are wanting that, then it is really helpful to mark 3 lines on your fabric. So you just mark them for whatever distance you want. And then with these 3 lines, the center line is going to be the main stem, and then the side lines are going to be the distance for the branches. So that will help them to all be consistent. So like before, I'm going to start with my stitch, and then now I know this stitch, I'm going to come right out at this line. And so if I keep following those lines, then all the branches are going to be the same size. So there we have the line, and all the branches are the same size. So this is a general guide for all of embroidery. Anytime you want your stitches to be very consistent, whether in a direction or in size, then having more reference points is going to help with that. So if you want a random organic line, that's fine, but if you want it consistent, marking will help. So the next tip with feather stitch is that it doesn't have to be exactly like this. We can easily change the number of branches. So we could start off just in the same way, and we could have a number of branches go one way, and then we can go back the other way. And we could have this be consistent. We can make it like a little zigzag line, or we can have it be variable. You can really play around and do whatever you want with feather stitch. And it's fun to kind of play with this, especially if you're making like organic kind of vines or stems or leaves. You can really have a lot of variability with this, and so it does look really natural in your finished piece and not as much as that it's made by machine. So play around with the direction and the number of branches that you have. So the last tip is that you can experiment and play around with the angle of the branches. So if we look at all of mine, they are ballpark 45-degree angles. They would be around there. But as far as I know, there's no law that they have to be that. So you could play with smaller angles. Or you could play with larger angles. Now, if you get out to a 90-degree angle and you leave spaces, we're actually getting into another stitch that's called cretin stitch. And it looks different when you see it, but when you break it down, it's stitched in just the same way as feather stitch, but the difference is just the angles of the stitches. We're coming in at 90-degree angles. And so the more you play with embroidery stitches, the more you can see the relationship between stitches that look totally different. This stitch looks really different than this one, but the method of doing them is actually very similar. So you can see how one can easily lead into the other one. So have fun playing with the angles of your stitches to make them either smaller, so your points will be closer together, or make the angles larger. So as always, if you have any other tips for using feather stitch in embroidery, then be sure to drop it in the comments and I would love to hear it, and I'm sure it'll be helpful for everybody else as well. And for more embroidery tutorials, patterns, and inspiration, you can check out my website, epidastudio.com.